Kiani. Today's video, I'm sharing with you some of the new products that I purchased from the drugstore. And when I mean brand new, I mean brand new. A lot of brands are hitting us with new products in January. You know, new makeup, new start. I get it. But, you know, drugstore products have really increased their games. Like, they've really listened to a lot of the pro makeup artists that are showing a lot of the products that we use that are high-end, but they're trying to give us a little bit more of an economical option. Now, I'm not going to really say overly economical because I did spend about $120 in the drugstore, and with all the new products, it could have been so much more. So what I will always tell you guys when you're shopping for drugstore makeup, go in with a list. Know the products that you're going to be more apt to use. Hang on to your receipt, because if those products just don't deliver, honey, they can just find them ways right back to that drugstore. I did have pretty high expectations for some of the things that I bought because I want to make sure that those products fit in my everyday routine. So I'm going to share with you some of my first impressions as I try products. The video is going to be a little bit longer, but honey, it might just save you some time from running to the drugstore, and it also might save you that coin. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look using all drugstore products, just keep on watching. So of course, if you watched my haul video, a lot of the products that I'm going to use today came from that drugstore haul. But I do have some of my holy grail items that I'm probably going to use. Like, I just want to keep them around for safety measures. Like I said, if this video goes terribly wrong, I'm still going to upload it, but I still have somewhere to go. So I have to make sure that the makeup works. You feel me? So first thing, I'm going to start with this Maybelline. This is the Master Camo Color Correcting Kit. Like, I'm so excited about this. I want to say this is probably one of the things that I got out of that haul that I'm most excited about. And the shade that I have is Deep, number 300. You can see how rich in tone that is. And I just really want to color correct under my eyes. And it comes with this little brush here. I'm just going to give it a try. And just pigmentation right now, looking at it, it's mimicking my Ben Nye Media Pro, which is definitely what I was wanting to compare it to. I still see that darkness peeping out, so I'm just going to try a little bit of this with my finger and tapping it out. So far so good. I like that this is really creamy, and I'm just going to lighten this up as necessary because that orange is kind of harsh, but if you do this right, you can create the perfect blend to almost where you don't really need a concealer. Like, this camouflages so well. Like, boom, let's lean back out of the lights. Really nice consistency. Like, I am so surprised. I cleaned this finger off because I'm going to go in just a little bit more just to make sure I have enough on, because I do feel the product starting to heat up just a little bit, which means it will start to slip, and I want to make sure that it stays set until I get that foundation to lock it in. So just first impression, I mean, this was $12, so I had high hopes for it, but I would say for $12, really impressed. Very nice. And I'm saying moving on, but you know what? Let me explain these colors right here. These I would see as more contouring shades, and these are going to be more your brightening shades. So again, for $12, it seems like they've done really good. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to go into foundation. I will probably be back to using this palette again just to make sure we can get the most out of that. Next, the Infallible. This is the Total Cover Full Coverage Weightless Feel Foundation. It's giving claims of 24 hours. The shade that I'm going to test is Classic Tan. So on the back of the packaging, I like that it tells you what the finish is. So it's giving this finish more of a natural finish. You're supposed to be able to wear it up to 24 hours. Purchase is supposed to be high or complete, and the texture is air light. So you know what? I'm really wanting kind of a lightweight foundation for my everyday look. So let's see if this fits the bill. On the back, it does have this little plastic tape here on the back, so make sure that that has not been moved, because oftentimes you can get home with products from the drugstore that have been opened. So make sure that you're the first one to try the product. So I'm going to squeeze it out on my paw palette like this, because in my experience, products that are long wearing dry really quickly. So we're just going to put it on something that doesn't allow my body chemistry to heat the foundation up before I can get it applied. Then I grabbed this L'Oreal Blend Artist, this sponge here, and I've already dampened it. And if you can see this little groove here, and you can see how big the product has grown now. So it starts out like this tiny egg, and then when you put the water to it and squeeze it out, it does grow substantially. And I will tell you, just from the texture of this, I like how squishy this is. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to kind of pat it in. And it does look really, really light, but it looks like shade-wise, it's looking pretty good, just from first impression. But as with most foundations, give it time to oxidize. I'm going to move right around this eye area and pat this out so I can kind of stop any of the creasing that's going to happen around my eye area. And just pat. Oh, I'm liking this so far, you guys. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like, even up under these lights, like I'm liking that. And I'm just, you can see, just kind of bouncing it around. That's about as good as it's going to get. So I'm going to try my luck next with this Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus Concealer Corrector. And again, it's been tested up under 7 lighting conditions. This is supposed to be cruelty free, so that's really good. They're definitely on trend with that. Let's see, tested under 7 lighting conditions with top smartphone models with and without flash. And the shade that I'm going to test is 842B Medium Tawny. So I'm pulling it out of the box. There wasn't a seal on this box. There's no seal on this concealer either. So I don't know what I think about that. But I'm just going to tap this in. It does have a standard doe foot wand. And instead of me streaking it down, because I don't want to break the product that I already have underneath here, I'm just going to kind of tap it and set it in position. So when I blend it out with the Beauty Blender, or the L'Oreal version of the Beauty Blender, then I can just blend it in instead of having to patchwork things back together. So I'm just going to pat it like that. I'm going to grab my sponge and just start tapping this in, giving it a little bit of brightness, and looking up to make sure that I'm not creasing. I'm not happy about the under eye, guys. Like, I'm not excited about what's going on right now, so I'm going to probably revert back to my RCMA powder just to kind of set this and hope that that saves it. Right now, I'm not getting as much coverage underneath the eye area as I was really hoping for. And of course, my standards are really, really high because I love this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Like, this is, you know, best in the business right now. And I was just hoping for a cheaper alternative. So I'm going to go back into my RCMA powder, which totally is not from the drugstore. However, it's definitely fairly inexpensive. You can find it at Camo Ready Cosmetics. I'll leave a link for you guys in the description box. And, you know, sometimes you have to mix high-end with drugstore. Hopefully, the RCMA powder will keep it from creasing. I'm going to go back into this palette here and go ahead and do my contour. I'm going to grab my Real Techniques brush. You can also find these in the drugstore. This is the angled one. And I'm just going to do a soft contour. And you can see how it just started to lightly temper that foundation. I love that this is so creamy and smooth. And now I'm going to go back into this yellow right here and just slip that right down the bridge of the nose, just to kind of create a little soft highlight. And if you want, I'm going to take the butter of the Beauty Blender and just blend all of that in. So I'm going to go back in with my RCMA powder and create a light barrier to clean up my contour. And I'm just doing a light dusting. This is going to be like a translucent powder, you guys. I love using translucent powders before I go into color powders, because it keeps your makeup from looking too cakey and it keeps it from looking streaky. So I didn't purchase a new, what I would call setting contour powder, but I am going to go back to one of my old Holy Grail items. This was from, I want to say 2015, and this is Golden Medium. And I'm just going to grab that with a cute little e.l.f. brush. Like, I've been in love with this e.l.f. brush, again from the drugstore. I actually got it from Target. And what I'm doing now is just setting that contour. The products are very, very creamy, and if you don't set them, you're going to have skipping and vacant spots in the middle of the day, and you don't want that. I mean, you don't want to look like you got the makeup from the drugstore, do you? And then as far as face powder, remember I've already used the RCMA translucent powder, so now I'm going to make sure that I don't create flashback. I'm going to go in with that same brush, and I'm just going to do a light dusting, which is light, and I'm just going to pat this all over my face to make sure that everything is nice and pretty. Let's move on to brows, shall we? So I have two products here. I have the Loreal Brunette. This is the Brow Stylist Definer. And I have the Maybelline Soft Brown Brow Precise Fiber Volume. So I'm looking for these to create a nice snatched brow. Of course, it does twist up, and just looking at the shade, it looks like more of a chocolate if I were in the Anastasia line. So let's see what the pigmentation is like. I do like that it has this spoolie already on the opposite side. I'm just going to do a slight feel on this tail. Pretty good for what I'm wanting. The shade is a little bit darker than I originally wanted. I did want it to be a little bit more golden. But it does with the intensity. I'm not mad at the intensity. Like, I'm glad that they're giving us intensity instead of having to use the whole pencil to create that type of intensity. And I'm just going to do short, feathery flicks. I am a little bit more of a fan of a pomade, so I think the next time I run into the drugstore, I'm going to check into some of the new brow pomades that have come out. But I will tell you that this product right now, from previous experiences with products that I've gotten at the drugstore, I had not been happy because they skipped so bad, but this is delivering product pretty good, honestly. Alright, so we sketched through the brows. And now I'm curious to see if this groomer is going to work. Like, this is funky. Oh, this is really funky. Like, it looks like it's going to deposit a lot of product. It's one-sided. This doesn't have any bristles on it. This does. Okay, let's give it a shot. Interesting. Very nice concept. Very flat. Dispenses product probably better than the mascara type ones that we're used to seeing. Yes, I like it. And it's crazy because it's delivering exactly what I wanted. And I didn't even know that I was going to like it this much. I like that. I like it a lot. Alright, let's tight line these brows a little bit. I'm going to go back into this palette. I'm going to use this color right here. And just tighten up underneath them. And back to my finger. That worked really, really nice. Who knew? Now I'm going to go back into this palette one more time and make this my eyeshadow stay. Like, let's move into this Rimmel eyeshadow palette. Like, we're trying a bunch of new stuff today. Like, I'm just feeling like a kid in the candy store. And of course, they offer these little things here. No. So what I want to do is start with mattes. So the only ones that I'm seeing that are kind of matte-like is this peachy one right here. The rest of them have a lot of shimmer, so we're going to work with this peachy one. I'm just going to keep that shade right on the lid and just work it back and forth. Again, I am going for something a little bit softer, pretty natural looking today. And because looking at this palette really closely, I don't get the dark matte intensity that I want, I'm just going to go back into my contour shade here by Queen Collection and just blend that. And look at that, it's giving a really, really pretty delivery of color. So keep that in mind as a drugstore tip. You want to maximize the products. I mean, it's just like buying high-end. Maximize what you have, girl. I'm going to grab my MAC 217 brush, and I'm really curious to go into this shade right here, because really this is the shade that drew me to this palette. There were 3 different palettes by Rimmel, and they started to look a lot alike. Like, honestly, 2 of them did, but that one color is the reason that I purchased this whole palette. And that delivery of color is really, really nice, but remember, I did some work to set that lid. If you're going to go into a shade like this that's really, really shimmery, ooh, I don't see it holding too much. It's not going to have any bonding to it. It's just going to have sparkle. So keep that in mind. Try and mattify that lid as much as possible before you work with the shimmery shade, and the payoff is going to be a lot prettier. I'm missing right now like a deep chocolate matte brown. Like, my mind wants one of those for this look. It's not in here. It doesn't even offer a black, so I don't know if this is worth it unless you like super sparkly and shimmery. But by now I'm thinking all of us probably have the Urban Decay, which that's what this is reminding me of. You know, my first impression on it. I'm going to this little pink icier shade right here just to sweep a little bit of that, and look at that payoff. Look at that payoff. Sparkle. Getting all types of sparkle, but again, the knock for me is not giving me enough mattes in it. But let's see if it even said it would. Eyeshadow contouring palette. To me, that means matte. Maybe not to them. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to go into this purple right here just to create a little bit of interest, because I've definitely gone a little cray-cray with the sparkle. And it's coming off kind of gray, guys. It's coming off kind of gray, which is okay, because I really didn't want this to be a super purpley look. And you know what? For the heck of it, I'm going to go into this, what I'm looking at, that should be a gray. And I'm going to pop that right on this insert here and just connect that a little bit more softly. Whereas I wasn't going to do a liner, I'm really feeling like this look needs a little taste, so I'm going to grab my NYX vinyl liner, Holy Grail, just again to save the day. And I need a mirror. Nothing that I purchased has a mirror inside. Just gave it a little bit of a kick, and that's going to move me right into lashes. I'm going to try these Allure lashes by Nicole Guerriero. These are the 143s. She does have another set of lashes. I was unable to get my hands on those. So the other ones are a little bit more casual glam, something that I would rather use today. But you know what? I'm not as jazzed about the eye look, honestly. So lashes always save the day. They just do. As long as they don't hurt. I like that she has a mark right and left. Although after you take them off this, ooh girl, you need to remember that. The band with Eyelure is always a little bit tough, but she swears that these lashes are really light. I'm going to cut off this first little strip right here because I feel like that's going to stick me. And I'm going to take off this little edge right here too. So if you have issues with lashes, customizing them kind of makes it a little bit better. The lashes do come with their own adhesive. I'm not going to even try that today. Like, I'm just not. I'm going to grab a little bit of one of my little sample mascaras by Tarte. There are tons of new mascaras in the drugstore now. I just know that's going to be a whole nother series of videos itself. So, and don't you think we've tried a bunch of new products already today? I like that that band is curved. It makes it really easy for it to grab your lashes, especially when you have mascara on. Ooh, bite my words, y'all. Bite my words. Those lashes are cute, honey. Ooh, come on through, Nicole, for the save. Come on through, Nicole, for the save. Like, oh, cute. Very cute. Not too much. A lot of dimension to them. They are light, but I will say make sure you cut that little inner tear duct area because it will get you every time. I'm going to grab my testy Cozzette brush and I'm just going to sweep across. I'm just looking at how much product came out. Let's see. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Pigmentation. Very soft. Very girly. Not streaky, not chunky. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Okay, well you know what? Just for that, I'm going to pry this one open too. That one was the candlelight and you can see the movement and colors. It just gives that really girly, airy texture to the skin. But now I'm thinking I want to bronze it up a little bit because I haven't done a blush. Let's do this one. Let's see if this gives me a little bit more color. Just to warm it up a little bit. Oh, she's cute. She's real cute. Yeah. Score. And that does have a lot of color. Can you see that? It has a lot of pinkness to it, which I'm fine with that because we're going to spray this face and push it all in using my NYX. This is the Dewy finish, and I'm just going to tap my powder brush over it to make sure that nothing is overdone and just kind of make sure everything is nice and set. Last, we have new lip paints from Loreal Infallible, and they come out on a wand. So I have this new spicy blush, and then I have Bewitching Bordeaux. So I'm just drawn to the darker shade, so we're going to try her first. The little applicator, again, is a doe foot, so I'm going to flip it around. Ooh, look at that pigmentation. Ooh, come on through. Very soft. Smells so good. Really, really pretty. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I feel like because I'm going to do lunch and surely going to have a salad, that I will take something else with me. Just to make sure if I have to touch up, then I'm not stuck. Texture of these is very nice. Very, very nice. Very soothing to the lips. The scent of them is really nice. And I really do feel like I can build this Bordeaux shade up, but I'm dying to try this color too. Like I am dying to create like a soft ombre. I feel like I need a little bit of blush. I'm going to grab Oldie But Goodie, my Rose d'Oro, and just get that cheek where it needs to be. So yeah, we found some hits. I found some misses. Like, I want to say that my biggest surprise product, these lashes. Like, new obsession. I can feel it. Very, very intrigued by the brow products. Thought that brush was really, really nice. Foundation, you know, I'm gonna play with it a little bit more. I am excited that the color was directly on point. The Milani highlights, beautiful. Eyeshadow, not a fan. Another surprise, very, very surprised with this beauty blender. Like, very, very surprised by L'Oreal. And I think I probably used this the most I've ever done with any drugstore concealing highlighting palette. So, and there you have my first impressions over what's new in the drugstore. I'm hoping you guys will give this video 2 thumbs up. Make sure that you comment down below on products that you think you would like me to expand on. So as always, make sure that you've already subscribed to my channel to never miss another upload. Subscribe to me on all my social media to keep up with me and my touring schedule for 2017. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Just a little zhushing. And we are out the door.